What's up, guys? Pypo here, bringing you a video today. We're doing some 3v3 on a BM Hunter, patch 5.4.8. Gonna be doing some absolute work in these BGs today. I have some really good games, some really awesome kind of 1v2s and stuff like that. I get into situations where I need to kind of get myself out of trouble and stuff like that. A lot of weird strats as well. I find that playing with two we just completely threw this together, guys. We have no idea what we're doing. I just want to just put that on the table. I haven't done threes since about 1993. The two guys I'm with aren't full prideful. They're about half prideful each. So we're kind of just winging it. We just gone in and we kind of wing it. First things first, we get a warrior, rogue, druid. Naturally, they all start stealth. So it's a bit of a, they usually get an opener in this situation. I am playing BM in this, by the way, guys, which it just means that I don't have a silence. A silence is so key for a lot of these games. Well, a healer is key for a lot of these games, but either way, I'm enjoying BM so much, guys. Basically, what happens is they go for our druid, which gets fucked in. The druid gets Clavian, man, and Clavian got fucked in his butt. And me and the monk stick onto that druid like a fucking bosses. We just stick on him. And somehow, we manage in a second here to get the druid down, which results in a 2v2 situation where the monk is already extremely low. As you see here, they're both focusing the monk pretty hard. He's already on like quarter health. I'm sticking that druid. I put a bind shot down, a very nice bind shot down there to get them all in a stun. And the stun actually is what allows us to kill the druid right there. I then switched to rogue. My game plan here was originally to switch to rogue and kill him. And we're going to try and get that rogue down as soon as possible. But they stick to my monk. And my monk has like hardly any survivability left. Like he had nothing really left. So that results in him getting killed. Which leaves me with a rogue and a warrior to deal with. Which is bad. It's not a good situation to be in. But if they've already popped all of their burst and some of their defensives, as a BM hunter, it's kind of not that big of a deal. The rogue goes stealth here, so naturally I switch to the warrior and start doing some work. If the warrior's on max health, guys, and nothing's really happening, you may as well switch it out and try and do some work to the warrior. I get a stun here, which I'm just going to disengage that, which was a good, just got the disengage off out of that stun, which was really lucky for me. Put the blind shot down directly below them, so when he charges like that, he does get stunned, and when the rogue jumps down, he gets stunned. Very nice little blind shot there. I want to start kiting as much as possible. The key thing here, guys, when you're versing a rogue and like something else, is to put down flares whenever you can. Right there, I should have flared, but I think it was on cooldown, so I just wait to see the Garrote that gets put up there, because that's usually what a rogue will put up to start a CC chain. Put the Garrote up, and then I immediately pop the deterrence, because I did, of course, have both my deterrences still, because I didn't get focused at the start of this game. Stick to that warrior, and I eventually get him down here. Good thing about being BM is if a person's box fucking you like this, I can just straight up leave my pet on him and chill. Put down the flare. I'm going to sit in the flare and try and just relax. I'm trying to calm down. 1v1 a rogue. It's not that big of a deal. BM, guys. BM is really good 1v1 specs. It's not necessarily the best team spec, like, at all, because you really need that silence for a lot of these games. But for 1v1ing or even 1v2ing like this, BM is just fantastic. As you see here, I use my traps. I've said this in videos before, guys. If you're 1v anything at any time, you need to just straight up make sure to keep your pet on them and just kite and use your CC. The CC is what makes games happen. You need to get it done. Now, this one up is double warrior, disc priest. The game plan here was to stay in stealth, because obviously I'm a druid. My buddy's a druid and I'm a hunter. We can stay in stealth. Somehow don't get seen there. That was very close. And the reason we're doing this is we want them to open on the monk, so the monk can then pop karma and live the karma, and hopefully get one of them down while karma's up. Because a lot of people, a lot of warriors specifically, will pop blade storms, and when they pop that blade storm, you naturally just, a lot of them don't have a stop macro, like they just don't have that macro to stop. So naturally, I see the monks almost dead and the karma go up. I pop out of stealth and just absolutely unleash onto that healer and just go to fuck city and just destroy some face. And then we got two warriors to deal with. Two warriors again. Even if the druid was dead here, it wouldn't be that bad. The only thing that would have really fucked me up if it was 1v2 on two warriors is if they both use their chargers at different timings to get those stuns down. That would fuck me up. But we obviously have the boomkin up as well as myself, so it's not that big of a deal. We just kind of both we don't even focus one really. We just fucking get one of them down. And again, guys, I have to mention no Skype, no voice communication. The only way we communicate is before the games. We say, okay, this is the game plan, done. I think that's pretty much all we do. And it works. I mean, it works. So fucking, you know, who am I to judge? And we're just doing it because one of the guys, I think the monk I'm doing it with, wants them mount. We're just fucking around trying to get them out. Next game up, guys, is DK, Mage, Priest. Very good combo. Very good combo. Game plan here is always to go the healer. I think the main combo, I mean, plan usually as a triple deeps is to go the healer. We very rarely go the DPS. Just because if you kill a DPS and you focus on a DPS, a lot of times, even if you do that, a healer and a DPS is going to 2v3 you if you have all your cooldowns gone. Like, if you've already just done them all, then you're already in a bad situation. So naturally, I try to CC the mage there. The priest is already low. The Boomkin Solar, whatever the fuck it is, the silences is crucial to getting a lot of these guys down. Unfortunately for us, he did have that cooldown up. The cooldown that makes you, so when you get a fatal blow, you go back up to about quarter health, which saves his life first, but then we get back on him. We just unleash some fucking hell on this guy. We unleash some fucking hell on this guy. Monk stuns are great for killing healers, but naturally, he's a Holy Priest, guys. Every time a Holy Priest dies, just be super careful because they are going to be able to heal for a long time. Our Druid buddy does go down, and you'll see here, as soon as this happens, I see the Druid buddy's down. Because that healing thing is still up, kite away from it. Get away from it, CC one of the DPS, kite away from the heals, and just focus one. Our game plan was to go the DK. DKs are always a good idea to get rid of because they don't have really much survivability unless they're blood. If they're blood, they have all the survivability in the fucking world. But if you have 2 DPS on an unholy DK or something like that, or a Frost DK, usually you're going to be able to drop him down pretty fucking quick. And you'll see here, they decided to get my Monk because he's pretty low, which just leaves me time to open up and just spend some time on the DK here. Make sure he's low, make sure he's out of cooldowns. And once he's out of cooldowns and low, we're just going to unleash. By the way, I still have deterrences. So just because usually you'll actually get focused as a hunter in 3s, but for some reason, as a triple DPS, I'm not getting focused too much. They're either going the Boomkin or the Monk. I mean, I guess the Boomkin's a good call to go because of those off heals, but I think going the Hunter, he only has 2 deterrences. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Whereas a Monk has Karma, which is going to fuck shit up. And a Boomkin, I guess Boomkin. Boomkin is probably the best call in our combo here. But luckily for us, we do get some good stuff done. Next one up, guys, is an MM Hunter, an Enhancement Shaman, and a Warrior. This is what I like to call the Melting Face combination. This combination has the possibility of killing you in one shot. The Blade Storm, the fucking Warrior damage with an MM Hunter burst, with an Enhancement Shaman burst, it could be fuck city for us. But luckily for us, the Shaman gets low right there, and I just get him down. They did kill our Monk, but the Monk got the Karma off, and the Karma was what basically saved the day for us because the Shami put at least one shot of his burst into that Karma, and then I deterrence his last burst. We managed to get rid of most of that Shami burst, and then we're left with a Warrior and a Hunter. Now, good stuff to do here, guys, is obviously kill off the Warrior because Warrior's going to be pumping out some damage and just CC on the Hunter. And what you're going to be seeing me do here is I'm trying to kill the Warrior while line of sighting the Hunter. Once the Warrior's dead, I keep line of sighting, but he switches to my Boomkin, and my Boomkin's all out of defensives. He's all out of like a lot of his good heals. So he pops his cooldowns, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive, unfortunately. And then I'm left with a Hunter to 1v1, which I just got topped off by my Druid before he died. I scare beast his pet. I'm in a good situation. As BM again, guys, you're in such a better situation than an MM Hunter in this situation because I just said situation 5 times, didn't I? Jesus Christ. Because the pet is so fucking crucial to be able to stay on him and do so much damage. And you'll see here he pops his deterrence. So I just wait for it to drop and get a trap down. I just attack a little bit too early. I've talked about it in a few videos beforehand where if you attack someone right before a trap triggers, then you can actually attack them before the scatter of the trap finishes, and then they'll get both. You'll end up with a stun from a trap and a scatter. And you'll see me get sleep there. It's not that big of a deal. He's pretty low. And my pet's now CC'd. I see my pet CC'd, so I'm going to put out a blind shot to stun him. I'm going to start backing out to go back behind a pole and let the pet do the work. And we're going to get the win right there. I was going to fear the pet right here, but there's no need because the Hunter does go down. And it's going to be a win. Lucky, it was a pretty good game. I like that game a lot. Last game, guys. I think this last game was actually as MM because I wanted to put in one game where I showed you the difference between BM and MM and why the silence is so crucial, guys. This game is one of the games where I just wanted to show you guys how crucial a silence is to a 3v3 combo. If I wasn't just fucking around on BM, I would need to be MM, guys, for this reason right here. We're versing a Resto Druid, we're versing a Survival Hunter, and we're versing a Monk, a DPS Monk. Now, the game plan, of course, as always, is to go that healer and get him down as low as possible. They do, in fact, decide to go me here, which is bad news bears for me, but I managed to pop Feign Death. Silence gets puts on the Druid, and then as soon as he rounds his corner, I put another silence on him right there. And that's just, he couldn't do it. That whole time he was running, trying to get line of sight, he was silenced that entire time. it's so good, especially with something like a druid that can instacast. The silence is amazingly good to be able to finish off those combos, guys. And then we're just left with a hunter and a monk, which all three of us are alive, so it's not that big of a deal. Hope you guys enjoy the 3v3. I wanted to mix it up a bit from the 2v2, the regular 2v2, guys. Of course, keep those CCs up even at the end of the game, guys. You want to make sure that if you're 3v1ing instead of 3v2ing, you're in a lot better shape. So make sure to keep CCing. Hope you enjoy the videos, guys. I'll hopefully bring you more soon. Have a good day. Have a good life after year. I'll see you in the next video, guys. See you later. Oh, no, Pypo.
Pypo, don't do it! Come to your senses, Pypo, now! Ah!
Blast 'em!